On March 25th, 2020, McFarlin's staff left at the end of the day to work indefinitely from home because of the coronavirus, which was approaching our community. And that day felt really heavy to me. And so before I left, I came into the sanctuary and I sat down and just took some time to be with God in this space and cry a little bit, and took some pictures of the space that we worship in together. I didn't know when we would be back together. And over the next few weeks, the staff worked together remotely to try to figure out how to involve the congregation in worship. We took the time each week to have individual leaders come into the sanctuary one at a time and record their part of the worship service. And then we sent all those pieces to Kristen Howard, who magically wove them together into a worship service that we were able to share with you on Sunday. And so during that time, there was a lot of loneliness. Obviously, the only people in the room, there were two of us at a time. And so I was imagining your faces in worship, where you sit, who you might have with you that day. Acolytes coming in and lighting the candles for us, the choir in the choir loft, everything that I could do to put the worship service together in my mind as we were worshiping remotely. When we were finally able to get back into the sanctuary, it was just a joyful day. So seeing familiar faces and people in the congregation we just hadn't seen in so long, and there was a lot of joy in that service. Of course, we prayed the Lord's Prayer together that day. Well, when we'd been recording, obviously it'd been one person saying it. And that day, when we all prayed the Lord's Prayer together, I was overwhelmed by just the presence of God in the words that we prayed together in unity. Your voices lifted to God in worship. My voice lifted to God in worship, and it was so moving in that day. I wept all the way through the rest of the prayer. I couldn't even finish it. But since that day, I've been reminded of the importance of praying that prayer aloud, because you never know who else is going to be in the sanctuary that day that needs to be strengthened and uplifted by hearing your voice praying in unison to the God we love. The Holy Spirit works in amazing ways in us and through us in worship. And I'm so glad that you join me together to worship God on Sunday mornings.